Today we start with the 13th Yukti, one of the 112 gateways to the yoga of wonder and delight. As always, I'll chant the Sanskrit and then we'll read the author's interpretive translation into English. And then we'll pull out a single word from the Sanskrit and use that as a seed for the corresponding meditation practice. Any of these practices can serve you for a lifetime. So don't think the fact that we're going to read through them is indicative of these just being ones that pass you by. You can pause on any one of them and have a full meditative experience on them. Anyway, this is the 36th verse overall in the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Kararuddha durgastrena bhrubheda Dvara rodhanat durshte bindau kramaline tanmadhe paramasthitihi. Lift your hands, and with a gesture, turn aside all the forces of the outer world. Attend to the vibrancy within. Let the fingers lightly touch and bless eyes, ears, nostrils, mouth, all the entrances to the head. Invite attention to be within the skin and cherish the quiet shimmer of vital energies. When you notice an inner gateway, enter with love as one coming home. As the surge of light substance rises, follow it up into the space between the eyebrows, where it breaks out as an orgasm of light. The word of the verse is Dvara. Dvara, D-V-A-A-R-A. It's a door, a gate, a passage, an entrance, an opening, an aperture, especially of the human body, a way, means, medium. The Maheshwaras, the great lords, hold that there are 6 dwaras, or means of obtaining religious ecstasy. The practice? Doors can be open and they can be closed. Sometimes we long to close it all out, shut the door, and put up a sign saying, "Go away." This yukti gives you permission to do just that. Close the outer doors of perception, dwaras, and open your inner senses. You can do this in any way that is attractive to you, such as wearing an eye mask and earplugs, meditating in a silent and dark room, or floating in a sensory deprivation tank. You could put your fingers over your eyes and in your ears in what's called Shanmukhi Mudra. Most people can automatically shut out the other world instantly and without effort whenever they find something interesting to attend to in the inner world. Alternately, use your hands to lightly touch and bless the openings in the head, the ears, nose, mouth, and eyes. In your imagination, create an energy shield around the head and around your body. Wrap yourself up in protective light. Putting on armor is the 6th definition of yoga in the Monier-Williams Sanskrit-English Dictionary. Armor can be a prayer that gives you the ability to turn away or postpone unwanted energies. When you close the door to the outer world, there is a beautiful feeling of having just the right armor to protect your inner temple. That is the 13th Yukti. Let's read the 14th now. Dhamandhakshobha sambhuta sukshmagni tilaka kritim bindung shikhante hridaye layante dhyayato layaha. That's the 37th verse overall. When you close your eyes, attention turns toward the inner glow. The heart sees by its own light, pulsing with subtle flame. In your forehead is a single eye. Here streams of living electricity flow together. The body of substance, and the body of light fuse into one. Above your head, a star is shining. The soul, luminous in its own realm. Life arises from itself. In a swirling motion of flame, being becomes body. In meditation, adore the subtle fire. In heart, head, and above, dissolve into radiance. The word of the verse, Bindu, B-I-N-D-U. It can mean a detached particle, a drop, a globule, a dot, a spot, a mark made by the teeth of a lover on the lips of their mistress, a colored mark made on the forehead between the eyebrows, a spot or mark of colored paint on the body of an elephant, the sudden development of a secondary incident, which, like a drop of oil in water, expands and furnishes an important element in the plot. The practice? There are sudden and surprising developments in the plot of our everyday lives and in the adventure story of our inner lives. Sometimes the goddess gives us a love bite, leaving behind a little Bindu mark saying, "You are mine." In the outer world or in meditation, you may see something so beautiful that your heart is shaken. Kshobha, shaking. It's a glimpse of heaven, and you are changed. You are marked by love. You catch a sight of perfection, and it stirs an inner flame, lights your fire. The sensation is almost orgasmic. The beauty out there awakens a subtle flame in your heart and mind behind your eyes. Whenever this happens, welcome it and follow the melting into the heart. There is a blessing here. Let the swoon carry you into the arms of divine consciousness. This is an initiation. The world is an open-air ashram, and the Guru is everywhere. The beloved is everywhere. The holy is here. When you look out on the world, be alert for what lights up your eyes. The delight is a kind of disturbance. It shakes you and awakens the fire within. It lights up your eyes, lights up your heart. You melt. This simple moment, which all tender-hearted people experience, is a door to the mystery of heart. If you meditate on this flame, you may find yourself dissolving and entering the cave of the heart. One of the high purposes of meditation, Dhyanartha, is to be prepared to savor and cherish these memories when they occur. That is the 14th Bindu. That is the 14th Yukti, and the word was Bindu. Let's read one more. The 15th Yukti and the 38th verse overall of the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Anahate pathara karne bhagna shabde saridurute shabda brahmani nishnatah param brahmadhigachati. Bathe deeply in that ocean of sound vibrating within you, now as always, resonating softly, permeating the space of the heart. The ear that is tuned by rapt listening learns to hear the song of creation, first like a handbell, then subtler like a flute, subtler still as a stringed instrument, eventually as the buzz of a bee. Entering this current of sound, the listening one forgets the external world, becomes absorbed into internal sound, then absorbed in vastness, like the song of the stars as they shine. The word of the verse is Anahata. A-N-A-A-H-A-T-A. Anahata. It means unbeaten, unwounded, or produced otherwise than beating. The practice? Whenever you can, listen to waterfalls, streams, rivers, and oceans, any flowing water. Listen from different distances so you can appreciate both the steady roar and a distant hum. Sometimes go so far away that you can barely hear it. Meditate in all these places so you will become attuned to the rushing and to the whisper. The word Anahata suggests that you explore and find the sounds that are particularly soothing to your heart. This is a good practice in itself, and it also attunes the body to other types of flowing currents, even internal ones. There are many rivers inside a human body, thousands of miles of blood vessels. That is just the physical level. On the level of the prana body, there is similar intricacy. This yukti invites us to listen to the flow of life within. There is a sound of your own heart center vibrating. You may hear it if you are finely tuned. It is the song of you, the vibration of you having this adventure in existence. It is always there, rushing like a river, a whisper. Once in a while you may hear it while meditating, especially in the early hours of the morning before dawn. No matter what your technique, sometimes the quiet roar will just be there. There is nothing you did that caused it. When this happens, simply listen and be with it. Hata is an Indian term in music meaning struck, beaten, as a drum. In Sanskrit, when you add a short a to a word, it means the opposite. So Anahata is unstruck, the chord that keeps resonating without beginning or end. Anahata is also a term used in the Chakra system to refer to the heart center, the cardiac plexus, the wheel of life energy vibrating in the region of the physical heart. So right here we have one of those cheerful little jokes you find everywhere in Sanskrit. Hearts beating. That's what they do. And hearts get wounded. But there is a level of your heart that is unbeaten, unwounded. Anytime you want, come take refuge here and be healed in your essential heart that is steadily humming along. Thank you for listening. That was the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th Yuktis of the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, given in modern interpretation and commentary by Lauren Roche. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Any one of those techniques can last you a lifetime. I'm sure many of you know the Sanskrit name for the heart chakra, Anahata, but the full name is Anahata Nada, which means unstruck sound, nada meaning sound. It is the center, the chakra of the unstruck sound, the sound that resonates without beginning, without end. I look forward to continuing with the 16th Yukti next time.